Sunshine 101.9 FM. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
101.9
Tell everybody. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Sunshine 101.9 FM. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Sunshine 101.9 FM. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Hello, listeners. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing exciting and amazing this afternoon. It's your girl, Priscilla Mawina Wellington, on Route and Route, bringing destination stories to life. It's Ghana's independence. Happy birthday to Ghana, 68 years of independence. And today also happened to be International Women's Day, and I'm wishing all the women across the globe a happy International Women's Day. And I'm asking you to accelerate action. Today I have a lot of exciting lineup of activities for you. I have something on Destination Dive. I have an amazing guest in the studio with me. I'm going to give you some things on legends and stories and some myth, fashion, and then we are going to discuss as we are in the Ghana Heritage Month. I will be right back.
Bubble, make you let your body go. Bubble.
Party. Grab your glass, let's share some Bacardi. Move to the dance floor, shake your body. More party, don't hate nobody. So shake your body, move your body, rock your body, let's sex your body. Don't stand it, don't watch we do it. Move to the groove, tell me how you feeling. Make we jolly the go, the way we do, make we follow the goal. We about to start the show. Money go flow for air till we end the show.
It was on Saturday morning. She come the pass, show me body. Body they move just like this, so she they move, she they dance calypso. She they move like Miss Africa. Anything she they want, I go give her.
Hope that you enjoyed your holidays yesterday. I want you to send me a message on 0544 321019 and tell me how your holiday went.
Watch we do it. Move to the groove, tell me how you feeling. Make we jolly the go. The way we do, make we follow the goal.
It's all about tourism and hospitality as we celebrate Ghana Month. And today we are going to have an interesting discussion on unlocking the potential of Ghana's tourism industry. 68 years of independence and beyond. If you know anyone that loves tourism and hospitality, you want to share, and let them stay tuned to Z101.9 FM, Roots and Routes.
Obama kind of wants some money, no near. Two rolling in the no near. Mission independent and a whole fair. And Kwane Kuno, Bemu Benny, her beauty talks for her, smart talks for her, skin talks for her, hair talks for her. I am a laptop, Charlie. Mujam loose stock, any more desktop. Send out my bahuna, you go give up. Obey your dash, you know what time it is, know what's up. Anyhow, hey, she a boss, baby, I don't have a tap with them, and your makeup.
So today I'm going to start with our destination dive, and the place I'm going to talk about today is Obuadaka Falls. It's a captivating waterfalls located near the town of Obuadaka in Ghana's eastern region. It's approximately 50 kilometers northeast of Accra, nestled within the lush Equiapim Togo mountain range. This is a hidden gem, offers a serene escape into the nature. You know, every Saturday I give you a hidden gem in Ghana. I've given you a cinema waterfall. Today I'm giving you Obuadaka Falls. The waterfall cascades about 20 meters down rock formation into a natural pool below, creating a refreshing mist and tranquil atmosphere. The flow of the water varies throughout the year, becoming more powerful during the rainy season, which is from April to October, and gentler during the dry season from November to March. If you are looking for a place to visit with your family, with your children, as part of celebrating Ghana's independence, I want you to visit Obuadaka Falls in the eastern region. I will be right back.
You're tuned in to Z101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
She done do me right, oh. But she just spent my money, oh.
The best time to visit Obuadaka Falls depends on the experience you're seeking. The rainy season offers a more powerful display of the falls, while the dry season provide easier hiking conditions and a more relaxed atmosphere. Regardless of the season, Obuadaka Falls remains a wonderful destination for those of you that are looking to connect with nature and enjoy Ghana's natural beauty. Happy Independence Day to Ghana. And I want you to stay tuned as we look at more stories coming up.
You're tuned in to Z101.9 FM,
All I wanna do is just make you mine. You make my heart beat like playing rap. Now you won't leave and say goodbye. Africa lady, you know say you drive me crazy. I can't let you do me shady. The things that you do don't face me. London baby, you know say you drive me crazy. I can't let you do me shady. The things that you do don't face me. She done do me right, oh. But she just spent my money, oh. What am I gonna tell my mommy, oh? I should've
It's Route and Route, bringing destination stories to life with Priscilla Mawena Wellington, your Power Smile ambassador, redefining customer service in Ghana, in Africa. And I just want to start by telling you about my amazing guest today in the studio. He was born in Paris, France, to a French father and an American mother. In his earlier life, he spent as a human ping pong ball bouncing between France and the US, all the while experiencing hospitality and tourism from a variety of perspectives. And he was exposed to all levels of restaurants from an early age, mostly in New York City and Paris, but also in New Orleans, San Francisco, Knock, Belgium, Cabog, and Woodstock. His mother was a fantastic cook, and his dad was an egg specialist. Fast forward, in the late 2016, he started a new role at the college in Brooklyn, New York, and was a full-time professor and department head for hospitality and tourism management. The expectation was that he needed to finish his doctorate, and since he had been working on Ghana's project for almost 3 years, he saw it as an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, making the Ghanaian tourism sector the focus of his doctoral research. And over the next year, he will complete a coursework, dive into a new research area, and conduct a qualitative study. He interviewed 21 subjects about their perception of the industry so that he could take action in the failure. Who am I talking about? I am talking about Professor, or you can say Dr. Damien L. Duchamp. Today I pronounce it well, right? He taught hospitality and tourism management since 2010 and serves as the executive director for hospitalented.org. He's also committed to global hospitality education for those that otherwise would not have access. And just last week, or it was this week, on Tuesday, he launched TIG, which is Tourism is Gold, in Ghana at the British Council. And we are going to take a few nuggets from the book. Dr. Damien, you are so welcome to Route and Route.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. And so today we want to take a look. It's 68. Ghana is 68 years. What are your thoughts to that?
68 now, and we have a bright future.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so I have a few questions. Today I want us to delve into unlocking the potentials of Ghana's tourism industry. 68 years of independence and beyond. Tourism. What about Ghana's tourism? Can you share with us that you believe that a lot of Ghanaians, even within the industry, don't know about? Because you have been more focused. I think you're more Ghanaian than even some people born in Ghana. So I just want to share your perspective on tourism as a whole in Ghana before we delve into my questions.
Yeah, I think one of the things that jumps out at me as a perspective is that, you know, when you are somebody who's lived most of your life here in Ghana, you look around and you think of Ghana in a certain way, and it's hard to see it from the perspective of a visitor. And so when I became introduced to Ghana in 2014 and started to work on projects here, my perspective is that Ghana has everything and more to offer a very global tourism community, more so than what most Ghanaians probably realize. And so when you think about the sector, that's why I will continuously say that we're just scratching the surface of what the tourism industry could be. I see Ghana as being able to offer everything and anything that people are looking for, from great cuisine to top-notch lodging and great entertainment and leisure opportunities like the waterfalls that you mentioned.
Obuadaka Falls in the eastern region. You know, Obuadaka means, in the local dialect, it means a stone in a box. Adaka is a box and stone is obo. So Obuadaka, stone box in the eastern region. You want to visit there. So Dr. Duchamp, I'm trying to have a French accent. How has Ghana's tourism industry evolved over the past 68 years, and what are some of the challenges that you have? I'm asking you that question particularly because you have invested so much in Ghana's tourism space, and even tourism is gold. In one of your chapters you said it's like your love letter to Ghana. So from your perspective, how do you think that Ghana's tourism has evolved over the 68 years of independence?
So I can only speak to the last 10 years.
Okay.
The previous 58 I was not even alive for. But I would say that it's pretty amazing how tourism evolves in different communities. I shared last night with a small group that the Battle of Gettysburg in the U.S., in Pennsylvania, there was a great battle, and the very next day after the battle was done, tourism began at that site, and it continued to this day and will continue for a very long time, if not forever. And so when I think about the last 10 years, when I was introduced to Ghana, when I first set foot on the continent and was in this beautiful country, I was introduced to some of the great sites that exist today, and what I saw then was a solid set of sites and experiences, but with plenty of room to grow. And I'll use the Cape Coast and Elmina Castles as an example. When I first went there, I handed my money to the attendant, and he handed it to Madame, and Madame put it in her shirts. And so even just, in 5 years, a few years ago, it was great to go back there. I tried to go to the castles every couple of years just to see what the development has been, what the progress has been. And, you definitely have a much more professional operation that's going on now than it was when I was first introduced. So I've seen a lot of growth in the last 10 years. There are a lot more options for people that are either domestic visitors or regional visitors or people that are coming from all over the world. And I think that that's only going to help the tourism industry.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm doing my best to shy away a bit about the challenges, because if we want to talk about challenges in our industry, it might take the whole time on the show today. Mm-hmm. However, I still want to find out from your perspective, what are some very critical or pertinent challenges that you think that we should pay attention to in order to advance the tourism sector or the tourism industry as a whole in Ghana?
It's probably there's a lot of things. I mean, the book is 500 pages with 3 specific chapters for Ghana, and the rest all have Ghana throughout them as examples and idea-provoking discussions. 2 things that stand out is, one, we are consistently leaving money on the table, meaning if you think of the average tourism site, it only taps into maybe a couple of revenue streams. For instance, it may charge for admission, and maybe there's some food and beverage sale, even in a small way. But every site should have a gift shop. Every site should have food and beverage. Every site should have opportunities to upsell the experience to something better. It's one thing to be admitted to a site. It's a different thing to get a personalized tour or to get a tour in a different language. Yeah. And so that's number one, is that I think we're only scratching the surface in terms of what revenue. And if there's more revenue, then there's more money going into the country, and that's important. Probably one of the other thing is just this notion we have to stop reinforcing this idea that coming to Africa is a once in a lifetime experience for people in the global north, for instance. If we have that mentality and we try to get as much money from them as possible during their one visit, we actually do more damage because they're not going to come back. And when they go and talk to their friends and family and they talk about Ghana, they're going to be like, it was great, but I didn't like how I was pressured. I didn't like being taken advantage of. Some have an amazing experience. I think there's a decent amount of people that have an amazing experience, but we have a multi-visit visa by design. And I think we need to look at every visitor as somebody who's going to be coming back. So how do we prepare them to come back and do something different? And let's stop selling the same itinerary every visit for people. What I joked about on Tuesday was the ChatGPT version of visiting Ghana. It's the same stuff every time. And I applaud anybody who's doing something different because that's what we need in this country.
I'm happy you said that because last week we had Kakra Kusi, who's the deputy of the GTA. And he was speaking about selling Ghana throughout the year and not just in tourism month. So I'm happy that you're saying that. And I know that if they're listening, anybody's listening from the Ghana Tourism Authority, GTDC, the industry as a whole, they will be happy. We have to sell Ghana from January to December and not just December. So my next question is with regards to domestic tourism, which is in one of your book. Now I'm sounding like you. In the book, what strategies can we implement to promote domestic tourism in Ghana? I know that 12 years ago, I started a tour operation called Green Trek Tours, just because I was inspired to promote domestic tourism, because I felt that as a born-bred Ghanaian, I didn't really have an appreciation of what my country has to offer. And I hear those stories from foreigners. And so I was inspired to promote it in my small ways. And you spoke extensively about it in your book. So I want to find out from you how we can promote domestic tourism and encourage our citizens to explore and appreciate what we have first.
Yes.
Because you can't give what you don't have. So if we have a better appreciation of what we have and we love it, then we can sell it.
100%. I think the word that comes to mind is friction. And it's this idea that we create too many challenges and obstacles for Ghanaians to experience their own sites and tourism activities. Number one, I think that all children and students should have unlimited access to the tourism sites. They should not have to pay. I also think that you should charge visitors like me from the global north at least 4 or 5 times as much. Because naturally, if we're trying to convince a site to not charge students and children, then they're going to say, oh, well, that means I'm making less money. We're making less money, hopefully. So to compensate for that, if you charge visitors like myself more, then that should subsidize the ability to do so. I also like an idea that emerged from Tuesday, which was this notion of transportation. One of the friction pieces is getting students to tourism sites. It can be complicated and expensive to book a bus and to get it from one place to another. And in fact, the other day I went to Art Center and my Uber pulled into the driveway for the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And the driver said, oh, if that was my child, I would be mad. And we saw these children crammed into a bus. Oh, no. I mean, they're up against the window, like to go to the park. And so that's part of the problem is, one, it's not safe. But two, it makes sense because we're asking these communities to afford to bring their children to the park.
And so it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's too expensive. So let's flip the model. Let's create new revenue streams for tourism sites so they can afford to provide their own transportation and be very strategic about getting the children into the sites on a regular basis. And then once, as you said, once Ghanaians know their own sites and their own tourism sector, then they're in a better position to sell it and to talk about it and to be proud of it.
Thank you, Dr. Day. I'm coming back with more questions. If you are just tuning in to Root and Route on Z101.9 FM, my name is Priscilla Mawina Wellington, and you are hearing from Dr. Damien L. Duchamp, and we are talking about unlocking the potential of Ghana's tourism industry after 68 years of independence. However, he's sharing his perspective from the last 10 years. Let's listen to a quick traditional Ghanaian music, and I'll be right back.
You're tuned in to 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Chama me uniema, hey, I'm passing suamu guauru. Oni madia yo sansu adia wai. I reckon teria mi humiro. China mame uniema, hey, I'm passing suamu guauru. Oni madia yo sansu adia wai. Your love took me by surprise, and it's a fact that I can't deny. Someone please tell me why. Me I feel pay the price now. Your love took me by surprise, and it's a fact that I can't deny. Someone please tell me why. Me I feel pay the price now.
101.9 FM.
Choco fefeo, lobby pempeo, como choco fefeo, loco que mi bafe, loco que mi bafe, loco que mi bafe, loco que mi bafe, sa, to sa, to sa.
That is a song by Water Kotosa in 2008, celebrating our Ghanaian musician. I hope you are Kotosa. Kotosa means go down and dance, go down and shake your body. So if you are just tuning in, you are listening to the Root and Route on Z101.9 FM every Saturday 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and we are talking about the Tourism Heritage Month, unlocking the potentials of Ghana's tourism industry. And I was just engaging Dr. Damien Duchamp on his perspective on the last 10 years as Ghana's has, evolved and developed since its independence 68 years ago, and he was talking about how Ghana's tourism has evolved and also how we can grow our domestic tourism. So, Doug, I want to ask a question on sustainability, sustainable tourism. What are some of the initiatives that can be taken to ensure sustainable tourism practices in Ghana? On a personal level, I believe that tourism and service delivery, which I would definitely ask you a question about customer service because it is in your book. Tourism and excellent customer service delivery can bring a surge in our tourism industry and boost our GDP past gold and cocoa. I was discussing that and I said, I hope I'm not exaggerating, but I believe so much that with the level of rich heritage, culture, the tourist attraction, and how hospitable Ghanaians are, if we are able to deliver service in an excellent way and sell what we have, we are made as a country.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question that there's incredible opportunity to use tourism as a way to propel even other industries. It's one thing to compare, different industries that generate parts of the GDP. And as of 2024, it was $3.5 billion that came out of travel and tourism. But if we tap into the greater opportunities for tourism, that in itself will propel everybody else. Because once people are here, they see the opportunities, they see industry, they see medicine, they see finance, they see agriculture, and then they're more willing to invest. And so some countries have really figured this out. And they're like, okay, we get this. Where I was having a great conversation with a group yesterday, and Portia, who has a restaurant, specializing in Volta cuisine, she made the point referencing Canada. And I thought it was very apropos because Canada looks at tourism as a lead-in to everything else. So when you drive through Canada, all along the highways, you have sign after sign after sign after sign that talk about tourism opportunities so that you could just pull off and experience something. And most, if not all, of the sites are free to most individuals. And so they realize that if you get them there, then the people are going to spend money on food and beverage, and they're going to stay in hotels, and they're going to do entertainment, and they're going to do shopping. And throughout the world, you see this model repeated over and over again because they get it. In Ghana, we do not get it. We are so focused on making money off of very narrow things that we forget about everything else. It's the same mentality when we bring people here for that once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Instead of throughout the year.
Exactly. And so I see Ghana, and I love talking about the stopover, shopover potential of Ghana. We talk about Ghana as a gateway to Africa, but we don't do it. We have an opportunity. I'm talking to my airline people. I'm talking to my government colleagues. Let's find a way to make Ghana a gateway, a true gateway, where people can come in. There's no additional cost for staying 24, 48, 36, 72 hours, what have you. Partner with the hotels that are near the airport and give them very clear places that they can go and spend a lot of money. That is the shop-over model. They come in, they shop, they continue on to wherever they're going in the continent. It's talked about, but it has not been tapped into.
I know that my tourism industry heads are listening, and especially now that we have amazing people within the tourism space. We have Mr. Beku Santana, we have KOD, we have Honorable Abla Jifa, we have Mami Efua. These are people that love tourism, have experienced tourism, and I'm hoping that they are listening, and even from the private businesses that are listening, to truly make Ghana the gateway to West Africa. Gateway to West Africa, not just letting people pass through without experiencing Ghana, without spending here, without taking, participating and enjoying what we have to offer. So yeah, back to my question. I want you to share some sustainability tips that we can use to sustain tourism practices that can directly impact positively in our tourism space.
Well, part of the sustainability model, you can't talk about sustainability without talking about over-tourism.
Absolutely.
And you also can't talk about sustainability without thinking of every individual site and how you build in controls so that the site is maintained in such a way. We know that there are some concerns or rather some challenges when it comes to maintenance in this country. Every site should be upkept. And part of the challenge is to make sure that there is a revenue piece. So whatever money goes into the castle, whichever castle, part of the revenue should go back into maintenance, should go back into upkeep. We talked a little bit about the Jamestown Lighthouse.
Yeah.
That I will talk for hours about Jamestown Lighthouse because it is the biggest missed opportunity in tourism for Ghana. Biggest by a lot. And it's right here. So
do they know that the lighthouse is closed?
It is always closed.
It's always closed. Why? It's Heritage Month.
It's closed. And I would love to get news that it's actually open, but it is an issue of safety. It is an issue of security. It is unsafe, as I understand it. And again, if the right people, it's not that we don't have the talent. As you said before, you listed all these great names of people that we know. We have the talent. It's the system, the bureaucracy, the structure that creates friction, which is stopping Ghana from meeting its potential from a tourism perspective. And so thinking more about sustainability, how do we ensure that there is the funding through gate receipts, through whatever is being collected for each site to maintain places? Sustainability is a vast thing, but over-tourism also, we don't suffer from over-tourism yet, in my opinion. We have not met capacity yet. But that's also because we're only going after basically one population. It's just about the diaspora. Just about the diaspora. And here's a news flash, everybody. There is a limited supply of people coming from the diaspora. And unless we diversify our marketing efforts, you are going to be very surprised within the next couple of years why people are not coming to Ghana. Okay, especially when our brothers in Nigeria are doing a very good job of marketing their December activities.
Talking about the diaspora, my listeners, do you know that we have about 250 diasporan in Ghana for music concerts during this month, this Heritage Month? 250 brothers and sisters from the diaspora are in Ghana to celebrate Ghana's independence, and they are going to be at the music festival. I think that last week when we had Mr. Kusi, Kakra Kusi, he's the deputy director in charge of domestic tourism marketing. From the marketing perspective, he shared quite a number of itineraries that is in place to celebrate the Heritage Month. And he said we are going to taste 68 local cuisine. I'm actually excited about that, and I'm looking forward to that. My last question, Dr. Damien, before we start wrapping up, is even though he did share some marketing promotional strategies, I I know that you've listed quite a number of that in the book as well. TIG, tourism is gold. How can we effectively market and promote our tourism offerings as Ghanaians?
Yeah, I think part of that is we need to unleash the creatives within Ghana. There's already a very good population of people here that are amazing photographers and videographers and illustrators. We need to unleash that. We need to tap into that because they are our best representation. That is the cool factor that will attract countless people here. And we need to direct that beyond the diaspora. You know, we can never forget about the diaspora. That's impossible. But we need to diversify our channels. So where are those beautiful photographs and videos, and how do we get it to populations all over the world? Let's go after the travelers, the people that have the ability, the disposable income, and the interest to come here. Let's find something that can target their interests and let those creatives speak to them.
Beautiful. What is your favorite Ghanaian food aside jollof? I know you love Ghanaian jollof.
Of course. I mean, I can't be here without saying that.
It's the best in West.
No, I mean, it's very clear. My friend Delphine will always joke with me that she knows what to make for me if I'm coming by the house for dinner. It's always a big vat of plantains, fried plantains.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had plantain with that Kelewele spicy plantain? You love that. I like the way you say,
Yes.
Have you had ripe boiled plantain with kontomire?
I probably have. My very first trip here in 2016, I ate everything that was put in front of me. So I am believing that I probably had that.
Okay.
I ate so much that trip.
Okay. What's your favorite Ghanaian tourist site and why?
That's easy. Tafiatomi Monkey Sanctuary. It is the best. It is the best, but it's also still just scratching the surface of what it can be. And you know, if we do a good job, one of the parts of the book talks about this goal of having 500 tours within the next few years, meaning let's create more itineraries and let's do it within every section of this country, from north to south, from west to east. Let's increase the number of tourism opportunities, and that way we address over tourism, because then no one area is going to be overrun by tourists. If we do what we can do here to explode the tourism industry in a positive way, then people can go in every direction. Obviously, we need the roads to accommodate that. We need other modes of transport.
Accessible roads.
Yes, accessible roads. Because it's 3 hours up to Tafiatomi.
Yeah.
And then you're there for 30 minutes and then you leave. Which is, even though I love it, again, it's an example of we need more of a gift shop. We need food and beverage on site. So
people can stay there more, spend more there.
Find ways
build
to keep them.
Build a community.
Yeah. Museums do this very, very well, traditionally. And I'm not going to say our museums here. I'm going to say museums in other parts of the world, especially in my hometown, where I live now in Rochester, New York. The Eastman, the Kodak Museum, they all run guests through their property, and then you finished in the gift shop. It's very strategic. And so people stay, they buy,
because of the emotional connection.
It just works.
Wow. If you are just tuning in, then you are listening to Roots and Route on Z101.9 FM, bringing destination stories to life. You are listening to Dr. Damien L. Dusham, and we were just talking about unlocking Ghana's potential within the tourism space. For 68 years of independence. Now, if you have any contribution or question, I want you to WhatsApp it to me on 0544321019, 0544321019, or you can call in 0303 956641 and share your You can share your perspective, or if you have a question for me or Dr. Damien. And earlier on, we spoke about our destination dive, Obuadaka Falls, which is Stone in the Boss. It's Heritage Month. It's Ghana's independence. Make time to visit somewhere. Go to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Learn about how we got independence. Go to the Asinima Falls. Go to Obuadaka Falls and enjoy Ghanaian music, just as I'm about to do. I'll be right back.
Castro again, oh, featuring Baby Jet, EBK, what do this BTO?
101.9 FM, Leisure and Business Radio.
We are back on, dance for your back on. Hey, I swear, I want you African girls the beat, dance to the groove and feel the heat. Hey, I swear someone anti you know you never most one traffic. Dance to the groove and feel the heat. Namo yasana, yo, 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 namo yasana, namo yasana, namo yasana, yo. I tell you, say I the conquer. You the see them, I white them, they wonder. Now me be the under the fire. African get them, I get swagger. Oh, baby, you way I go to follow away. Cause you turn me on, you bring me joy, you make me go away. African get the beat, them be sweet, sexy.
You are listening to Castro African Girl, wherever Castro is. We hope that he's resting in peace or he's making his way back to Ghana. It's Roots and Routes bringing destination stories to live on Z101.9 FM, and we are discussing unlocking Ghana's potential in the tourism space. Now, I have a question for you on my legends and stories. When I was growing up, I was told that we don't sweep at night. Do you know why we don't sweep at night? Kindly call in or send me a WhatsApp message. It's a myth we have in Ghana. We don't sweep at night. So if you know why we don't sweep at night, I will be happy to hear from you. And Dr. Damien, thank you so much. I do have a question. There was a comparison between Bahamas and Ghana service delivery. And as a customer service expert and lover, I can't let that slide by. Mm-hmm. You were talking about basic professional service delivery versus here. And it's something that I have been advocating about for years, the customer service. Customer service is your attitude, and you shared that beautifully, how the service between Ghana and in Bahamas is not that different, but what really make it different is how they approach service. And I just want you to share a bit about that.
Yeah, you know, it's
on
hard.
Data.
Yeah, it's well, let me give the bigger picture very quickly. Is that I wrote about it because I was exposed to some issues or some things having to do with data, and it made me think about how we communicate with our tourism industry. And I think this is a big role for GTA, is any destination marketing, destination management organization, which GTA is for the country. They're in a great position to share data about groups like the Sankofa group that's here, the 250 individuals. You know, to let the tourism industry know this group is coming. So you have an opportunity to do something to tap into that group. Now, obviously, their trip is very self-contained, but it's still important to know when bigger conferences. We talk a lot about MICE. Mm-hmm. We're so excited about MICE in Ghana. And if and when that becomes a real thing for this country, then GTA should communicate that on a regular basis to all the hotels, to all the restaurants, to all the tour operators, so that we can connect the dots on potential opportunities, which will raise the profile. Sometimes people come here they don't do as much as they could because they don't know that there are things that are possible. So from a service perspective, I think that that's something that I thought about when I visited the Bahamas last year, is how we can better communicate information to our colleagues. Yeah. There's a lot, and I will say, if I could, I'd just like to wish my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma, Sigma Mu Sigma chapter, a happy 5th anniversary. I'm happy that we're here after 5 years. The brothers are celebrating somewhere. I don't know where they are today. And I hope that for those of you that weren't able to make the launch, that you reach out to me. You can get the book at Vidya Bookstore and Book Nook. So Vidya does have copies of the book right now. And you can always go to tourismisgold.com to find out where the book is available. There will be an electronic version available very, very soon. And I've been encouraged by my friends Kofi and Raja to create an audiobook of TIG. So look for that soon.
Thank you so much. If you are a tourism and hospitality lover or passionate about tourism, you need to get Tourism is Gold, the path to Ghana. It's practical. There's so much in there. There's so much ideas and opportunity that you can pick from, and let's promote Ghana tourism. It's Tourism Month, and we were just speaking to Dr. Damien L. Duchamp, and my destination dive was from Obuadaka Falls, promoting the hidden gems in Ghana. And my myth today from Legends and Story is about sweeping in the night. In Ghana, from most cultural perspective, we don't sweep at night. And I want you to send in your messages on my WhatsApp 0544321019 why you think that it's so. I will be right back.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM. Your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Baby, and a zumba, you know. Anything I may say, baby, I made true, dear, my parent. Me a dog for be all, better me, or better myself, Nase, Osungo, I'm more on the beer. If it's a matra, come on, pepper, Nina, cause you matra, my pepper, Nina, cause you Nipotom, yeah. I'm funny to my mama, not from zone in the other him. So if you come as a mina, dear Makuma pie, my friend of the him, I'm on the sofa, me all I so if you come as a mina, dear Makuma pie, my friend of the him, I'm on the sofa, me all I oh, me need a rush, I miss you, him. Watch me on your really made my day. Yeah, she has really captured my heart. Yeah. I'm still searching. Met again across Sunyana. Nasami caught.
Okay, if you are just tuning in, you have missed so much on the Roots and Routes, bringing destination stories to life every Saturday at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. If you are a tourism lover, if you are a hospitality lover, you want to tune in every Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Today, I had a special guest in the studio with me, Dr. Damien L. Ducharme, and we were discussing how to unlock the potential of Ghana's tourism industry after 68 years of independence. He shared his perspective from the last 10 years. We spoke on sustainability, we spoke on domestic tourism, and we spoke on how, we can promote tourism more to the bigger continent and not just focus on the diaspora. And do you know that we have 250 Sankofa diasporians in Ghana here to celebrate Heritage Month for a music festival? And we also have from the Ghana Tourism Authority, they have 68 cuisines, 68 local Ghanaian dishes that you can enjoy. And we also talked about Obuadaka Falls. If you don't know Obuadaka Falls, it's a captivating waterfall that's located in the town of Obuadaka in the eastern region. You want to go visit there. Make time this month to visit Ghana's hidden gems, Ghana's tourism site. Learn more about Ghana, appreciate Ghana, so that you will know what we have in Ghana. And my tip for you today is to wear something Ghanaian. I'm seeing Dr. Damien in a beautiful Ghanaian design. I'm also in a Ghanaian, wonderfully dressed in Ghanaian. So wear something Ghanaian. If you are even wearing a suit and tie to work, wear something Ghanaian. Celebrate the month of our independence by wearing Ghana, eating Ghana, seeing Ghana, and enjoying everything Ghana. I'm saying hello to my host, Nee, who is not here today, but he will be here next week. And to my wonderful DJ, who is giving you all the great local music. And to my producer, Pascal. It's your girl, Priscilla Mawena Wellington, redefining customer service in Africa. And your co-host, I look forward to seeing you next week on Roots and Routes, bringing destination stories to life. Now, someone sent in why we don't sweep at night. Well, my grandmother told me the reason we don't sweep at night is because you might lose something. In the olden days, we didn't have the kind of kitchenette we have now. You have like the detached kitchen and you have a sandy ground. You can leave something, but if you sweep and collect the rubbish, you might lose something valuable. But it sounded like it was a taboo. If you have something different than my explanation, please send into our WhatsApp line and I will surely read it next week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. It's bye for now.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business.